Hello, 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 everyone. Everyone out there in Houston land. It's a great day in Houston. It's a great day. I just want to apologize for our show late today. You know, when you live across town and they have the roads closure and have to detour, you have to do whatever you have to do. So today we just apologize for being late today, but the show is on. I'm so happy to be here today. My name is Thelma Scott. I'm the founding host of Radio Debon #1. All right. And I'm so happy to have all of my co-hosts here and our guests, and also give a shout out to our DJ, Mr. One and Only Tariq Khan. All right. Let's give him a hand. All right. At this time, I'm going to let my guests, my host, say something, and then we're going to introduce our guests. Okay? Miss Cynthia, Dr. Cynthia Allen. Can you just tell them who you are and how long you've been with Radio Debon as a host and also with Safe Diversity? All righty.
I've been with Safe Diversity for many, many years.
Yes.
I don't even know how many, but I've
Can't
been
count.
with Safe Diversity
Almost
many, many
20 years,
years.
girl. You've been around.
Well, I don't want to tell my age.
Tell your age. Okay, all right. I won't tell your age. I'm sorry. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
What's your spiel?
Okay. Well, no, I'm just saying I'm excited to be here. And
Tell us a little bit about what you do, as always.
I am an event coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
I also work with women and children of domestic violence, and also I'm on the board of a mentorship program for young girls.
Okay, all right. That sounds wonderful. Mm-hmm. Okay, she just in time. Okay, Miss Sandra.
Scott.
Get a chair there.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. I am with Safe Diversity Communities. I am the Climate, Equity, and Justice Coordinator. I also have an organization, JAMA, who works to empower individuals, families, economically, socially, and culturally. And I'm also the Executive Director for the Spring ISD Education Foundation. So just like all these other lovely ladies here today, I wear many hats. Great to be here.
Thank you. Okay. Leona, can you go ahead and then we'll introduce our guests, okay?
Hi, everybody. I'm Leona Fillis with Fillis Law Firm, and I am so excited to be here. This month is April. It is Autism Awareness and Acceptance Month. Thank you very much. We're super happy about that. We have a lot of interactions with Safe Diversity communities in the autism community, including J&J Autism Voices. And today we have Mary Ann Plano. Hi.
Hi there, how are you?
Very good. And tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm Mary Ann Hughes. I'm a mom of two now young adult children on opposite ends of the autism spectrum. And so I'm happy to share my experiences, what it's like to raise kids with autism when they're young, as well as transition age. And based on my experience and what happened to me, I became a certified special needs divorce coach. So I help families who are going through different type of transitions, family dynamics, and also proud to share that I've recently become a mediator as well as a parent coordinator. So happy to help in all kinds of ways.
All right. Thank you. At this time, we're going to let our Safe Diversity Office Coordinator let her say something. Then we're going to introduce our special guest, okay? Go ahead. Okay, darling.
You can do it. Come on. All right.
Yay. Pull up a chair just a little bit.
Everybody gets put
It's
on the
Lakeitha.
spot.
Right,
All
right.
Lakeitha. Come on.
Hello,
Lakeitha.
everyone. My name is Lakeitha Johnson. I am the office coordinator for Safe Diversity. I enjoy my job. I enjoy everything I do. I love working with kids. That's my specialty, is kids. I love them. And I'm glad to be here.
Glad to have you. All right, at this time, you know, guys, that we have our biggest event of the year. This is the biggest event that Safe Diversity have, and that's where we do our scholarship presentation. It's where we give our scholarships. And this year, our goal is to raise $50,000, and our goal is to invite 500 families to the event. The event is free. So that means that we had to provide food for our kids, and we have a phenomenal partner that we partner with, and we just want to honor her because she is one in a million. Yeah, every Sunday, you're going to see her on YouTube out there feeding the homeless. And we just love her, and she's a community partner along with my play son, Ivan Sanchez, with the New Millenniums. And so we're all going to come together, and we all going to be able to feed. If there's 500 kids there on July 20th, 2024, we're going to be able to feed them with the help of none other than Mrs. Rosemary Tucker. Take it away. Take it away.
Well, thank you so much for that introduction. We really love it. I'm thinking, is she talking about me? Hey guys, my name is Rosemary, and I'm with Hoodies for Healing Foundation. And basically what we do is we design hoodies and t-shirts to help the homeless. We've been serving Houston homeless now downtown across from Star of Hope in Minute Maid Park since 2020. We've served over 70,000 hot meals. And so it's something, it's just a passion that we have to go out and help the community. And my personal passion is helping the homeless in Houston, so that's what I choose to do. And we raise funds through the sale of hoodies and t-shirts, and that's why it's called Hoodies for Healing. Okay, I don't know if you ladies remember a couple of years ago, but it was a Cypress mom selling hoodies to pay for her daughter's brain surgery. Yes. I was that mom. Yes, and my daughter's doing my daughter's doing very well. Diana's doing very, very well. She's on her clinicals at one of the local hospitals here in Houston. And so my promise to Jesus was, if you heal my child to stay with me and not heal her and take her with you, I will serve your children every Sunday until you come. I've never missed a Sunday in almost 4 years. Wow. So definitely kept the promise. And I know Miss Thelma personally. She's always supported the Hoodies for Healing Foundation. And we are on Instagram, Hoodies for Healing. You can follow us and get an idea of who we are and what we do. I am a part of Houston Millennials, which is with Ivan Sanchez, her play son. And we are going to come out. Chocolate Mama, that's what, that's what she calls herself. But we are going to come out and support her event. And I did tell her that we're going to be doing the catering for the event. And we partnered with a restaurant, wing restaurant by the name of Rumburger Wings, and very, very good wings, best wings in the world. And so he supports Hoodies for Healing. He's out of Illinois, and he has a location here off of Fairdale at the food kitchen, and it's called Rumburger Wings. They're also online as Rumburger Wings. Right. And so we're going to partner together to come out and serve Miss Thelma's event.
All right.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, thank you for all of that. So, right now we have something for her because we don't know what's to be going on. I know the students said they have something for her on July 20th, but me and my co-host, we wanted to just give you just nothing but just a little something to appreciate you today. And we invite you on because we want everybody out there in Houston land, around the country, since our show is international, to know what we're doing so they can come and support our kids, because we give scholarships to all kids with disabilities, and also we give entrepreneur scholarships. So we want everyone to know that all our kids that we support are not college kids. So we still give them the money to pursue whatever kind of entrepreneur project that they're doing. We like to pursue that and help them out in any way that we can. But today, I would like for my co-host to stand behind me, and we're going to present her with just a little tip and say we appreciate you and we love you, Miss Rosemary, okay?
Thank you so very much.
All right, here we go. All righty.
Oh,
Ooh, she got the picture of that. Oh, God.
Surprise, y'all.
Surprise, surprise. Okay.
That's beautiful. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
I'm going to
Yeah.
stand behind and you're going to get a picture.
That's nice, very nice. It's
Okay.
always a blessing when you,
you get a picture?
bring in exposure for what you do, because the more exposure we bring in, the bigger blessing we can be to the
Okay.
community.
Right.
And that's what we strive to be, bigger blessings to the community.
Can y'all get a
And
little
although
closer?
we go out every Sunday and we serve hot meals, we recently started something called Beyond the Hot Meals, where we're going to take one homeless person a month and ask them what can we do to help them more. Right. And the first person that we are going to be working with, his name is Mr. Jimmy, and we're helping Mr. Jimmy get his teeth fixed.
Oh, okay.
And Houston Millennials, Christina, actually is she's collaborating with the local dentist here in Houston, and they've already guaranteed to put up like $75,000 worth of dental work for the homeless community, veterans community, domestics. And so we're going to be working with the Houston Millennials, Christina, and a local dentist here to help the homeless get their teeth fixed.
All right.
And that's something Hoodies for Healing is going to start doing beyond the hot meals. Although we go out every Sunday and we do serve hot meals to hundreds of Houstonians, we wanted to do a little bit more.
All right, that's wonderful. Well, Miss Rosemary, I just want to say this. Safe Diversity could not do what we do without dedicated, loving, and caring people like you. So we just want to thank you and let you know that we love you and we're here. If you need us, just let us know.
I'm always going to need you.
Okay, all right.
Let's start there.
Okay, all right. Come on, you guys. Let's get a picture. Can everybody come up? Y'all come up. And you got everybody? All right. Again, thank you, my love.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
But you, it's okay. But if you want to stay to the whole entire show, you can. This is okay. Oh yeah. Okay. At this time, we also like for Dr. Attorney Leona Fillis, can you come on this side because you have some presentation that you need to do for guests, and you're going to talk a little bit about the guests, and we're going to let you do your little thing. Okay.
So, okay. So we
Put
do
her
have
first over there. Okay.
we are so honored because we get to have, again, Marianne. And Marianne has been so dedicated to talking to parents and families to try and help their situation that they find themselves in.
Right.
And it's based on what she's learned.
Can you come up just a little bit because I want them to hear. I want them to hear that. Yeah.
And what she's been given, what she's learned, she's sharing. And it's helping so many people. And so, Marianne, we want to give this to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It means so much to me. Appreciate it so much. Thank you.
Come on, let's y'all come over here. Can you come?
And you can find, and you can find more information about what Marianne does on her
Can y'all
her
get
social media handles.
Special family transitions.
Okay, got it.
So we're so fortunate. Thank you so much for everything that you do for our families. Okay, sorry. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can you get in the picture?
Oh, absolutely. Yes, ma'am.
Need to have our special, both our special guests. You got everybody now?
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Dawn, for just supporting Safe Diversity and coming whenever we come.
Sure, I appreciate it. My pleasure.
I need to get a picture with you with that by yourself. Have you
So-
got those?
I'm really excited though about Autism Awareness Month. So if Marianne, can you give us a little bit more information about what you've learned from the CDC?
What is
I did
it?
not realize it had progressed as it had, but go ahead and tell us about the autism numbers now that we face in this in our community.
So it's so now every year it seems like there's more and more children being diagnosed or identified as being on the autism spectrum.
Yes.
And so the latest numbers now are one in
36, I
one in
believe.
34 or 36.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's the numbers. The big question is, are there more kids with autism, being out there? Are they being identified in better ways? So it's a combination of things. But yes,
Right.
certainly, we started off in 2006 as 1 in 110, and now the latest numbers from 2020 figures and studies are it's 1 in 36. So that's a
Right.
huge jump, and so that basically means one person in every classroom at least is gonna be on the spectrum.
Yes.
Yep. And one of the things, if you are
Attorney.
a young parent,
I'm not talking.
if you're a parent with a young child and you think that your child may be autistic or have another disability, please know that there is a federal mandate that every state must follow, and it's called Child Find. And so if you want to have your child evaluated,
Can you say that again so they can hear you?
Child Find.
Okay.
So you would contact the the ISD in your area and tell them that you would like your child evaluated to
Right.
see if they can, if it's necessary that they receive special education services.
Right. Okay.
And so that's a right that parents need to know about to help their child so that they can receive services and flourish to the best of their ability.
Okay.
People don't know that it can start as early as age 3.
Yes,
Getting services at school.
TPCD is a program that children can join, and then they can go ahead and start receiving services.
But even
Okay.
before that, people can get it from 0 to 3 as well with early intervention services that are also covered and available.
That is great, but one thing about that bill is if the parent do not alert the school district about it, they will not receive these services. So this is left up to the parents. You have to alert them. They can't come to you, say your child has a disability, he's on the spectrum, then that's your job to let the school know that you want to have your child tested. Am I correct?
So it's a mandate to make the states are supposed to go out in the community and find these children.
Right.
But, it is up to you to be proactive and start
Yes.
advocating for your child.
Right.
And, when your pediatrician says that your child is maybe missing some of their milestones.
Right.
Like with my son, he had some developmental delays.
Mm-hmm.
And so I brought it to my pediatrician's attention, and she wanted to get his hearing tested.
Right.
And
Okay.
it's like, no, he can hear very well.
That's right.
Sometimes too well. He can hear from across the room, across the building. He can hear things. But it's just you as a parent are your child's best advocate. So go ahead and start with talking to the pediatrician, talking to the school district, see what you can have put in place to help your child
Right.
do the best that they can in school.
For sure, and sometimes pediatricians will say, well, let's wait and see. But if you, as a mom, have a hunch that something's not right, then get another opinion. Go to a specialist and
Right.
get that diagnosis, perhaps, that maybe the pediatrician is not willing to do at that point in time. Because sometimes they'll say, oh, they may be a late talker or just wait and see. And I can tell you, I
Boys
waited too
develop
long.
slower.
Exactly. So all kinds of things are out there. So for sure, be your child's advocate.
Did you have a question?
No,
Oh.
I'm just saying I advocate for my nephew because we just. I was just saying that I advocate for my nephew because we just found out that he's autistic, and my sister right now, I don't want to say he is, but he is, and you can see the signs. So I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, and it is difficult to.
Can you give
It
some
is
of the
difficult.
signs, though?
Well,
'Cause she
so
was
there's a
saying she
large
needed that.
spectrum. So for my son, and that's one of the things, because this was over a dozen years ago, so I was online looking at different tests you can take. But one of them, which my son didn't do, was like they line up certain things. They're stuck in a routine. They have big reactions. Oh, if I see kids in public covering their ears like that, even if there's nothing loud around them, but maybe in the next room it's loud, or in this room, for example, it's too bright. Their sensory perception is different than what a typical person is, and so they may cover their ears.
Or they look at you.
Right. Different.
I understand what you're saying. They give you.
Right.
It's just to me, I noticed it when he was even younger. It was coming up, but we didn't. We didn't continue to pursue it all the way through, and then when he got in school, they like, okay, they tested him by his level to see how he do in school, and it's not like where he should be at right now.
Well, when they're facing all these other
Well, let me say
challenges,
something.
it's harder for them to take on academics the way that they should. But there are a lot of children that are just delayed in learning because they're trying to just be comfortable in a room and not
Right.
be distracted from these noises or the smells. You may even see picky eaters, and they're not really picky eaters,
Yes.
but it's a texture thing.
Yeah.
And so there, what was it? My son loved his little stuffed elephant that he would not leave the house without that elephant. But that helped him go out
Right.
into the world because he had an anchor with him.
Right.
So that gave him comfort. So if you see a child stemming, like what kind of repetitive behavior or are you you familiar with?
Yeah,
with
so
stimming?
for sure, yeah, my son, there may be repetitive words. There's something called echolalia, where they repeat the same words over and over again. Even if they're
Right.
not verbal and can't make sentences, they may have words. And so,
Right.
my son, when he was little, he was like counting, doing the alphabet. I'm like, oh, he's making good progress. Well, it turns out that really wasn't functional language. And so you got, with autism, you got, like you said, a lot of sensory processing issues, and it's a brain wiring, kind of situation. So they may be very bright, and a lot of them are, but you've got behavior challenges, you've got language processing challenges, repetitive behaviors, like you said, we call stimming. My son, stomps so much that he injures himself. So
Right.
it's hard, even though it's not good for them. They can't help it.
Right.
But-
I just want to say it's about me as an autism grandmother. You have to notice the kids. So I started my organization 24 years ago, but I started out working with kids with disabilities. So I was really aware. So I had to educate my daughter and my grandson, my son-in-law, on what was going on with Josiah, because they was like not understanding, right? But my daughter was, she's the director for Chick-fil-A, but she quit her job when he was in the first grade. She quit her job, and she worked with her child until he graduated. She didn't work. She went to school every day to take care of his son. They was bullying him. They was doing everything to him. And he was so sweet and quiet. He would not talk. He didn't talk till he was about 4 or 5 years old. And she put him in therapy, and she educated herself, all the research, until she found out what can make her child be able to function in this world with this disability. And she was an amazing mom. And I love her for that, because she was there for her son and his dad. You guys, when he graduated, they live in Arlington, and they had the graduation at the Texans. Not Texans.
Cowboys.
I got some fans here at the Cowboy Stadium, right? When he walked across the stage, so he knew it was during the pandemic when he graduated. It was 2020, right? So he knew that his sister had graduated, and she walked across the stage. So that's every day he was asking. He was getting close. It was amazing. So he asked his mama. He said, "Where is the stage? I need to know where the stage I'm gonna walk across," right? Because the school had decided that they was gonna do like virtual, right? So all the autism kids was asking questions, so they did. They had a big thing, that big Cowboy Stadium, and it was beautiful. So when he walked across the stage, he put a hand up. He said, "I love you, Mom and Dad." It was so beautiful. Listen, my son-in-law told Josh I was like a big baby. He was crying like a baby. Him and Z, I was crying like a baby. He said, people out there don't know what me and my wife went through. If you are an autism parent, you have to know what he said, because so many families are not together today because they can deal with the child with autism. But my son-in-law, Josh Williams, he's a champ. He's a man of honor in there, baby. He stood by his wife and his son, and I can say, Josiah he is doing wonderful today, day. But he's still in therapy. He's been in therapy since he was 4 years old, you guys, but he is 23 years old. He's still in therapy. So they make sure he get all that he can get. So that's important, that they love their child, and I love them for that. Okay,
definitely.
Miss Sandra.
I'm sorry for that gap. I was going to say one of the things, the spectrum. And I will have to say I am a great aunt to a young man. Well, he's actually 8 now, I believe, that's also on the spectrum. And one of the things that you said after you'd asked the question, there's a long spectrum. And my daughter also works with kids with autism as well. And that's the thing. I think when you said the mother's hunch, that sticked out to me because as parents, we observe our kids. And if we think something, we just have that hunch, that's when you need to get it tested and not per se be in denial or self-diagnose, but actually take the steps. And the other term that was brought up was the self-advocacy. Because if we do not take control or take charge of our own health and that of our kids, then we're losing a lot, and we're losing a lot of time. So I would say to the parents out there, if they suspect something, don't let it be something that they want to stay away from, or something, definitely nothing to be, embarrassed or ashamed, but that does happen, and people will delay that diagnosis. But the sooner you get that diagnosis and get your child into the programs, that's going to help them be more functional individually and in the community.
Oh, very much so.
So much.
We're very
Go ahead.
fortunate, though. Also, one of the things, if you do suspect that your child has a diagnosis and you go to a pediatric neurologist, or you get a diagnosis at the Harris Center, you want to go ahead and also get your child on the interest list for the Medicaid waiver programs. Interest list or waiting list, and this is for additional resources.
Right.
Now, we have Miss Tucker here, who is talking to and helping out people who are on the street. But there are resources that we can introduce to young children and their families to help them be supported through government benefits for the rest of their life. And we don't want anyone to fall through the cracks.
And I'm sure, I'm almost sure some of the families that she feed are families, adults there with autism, learning disabilities. You want to kind of speak on that, Rosemary?
I can speak on that. I'm going to just scoot up a little bit. Being out there now since 2020, we've come across so many different situations. Like, there is not just individuals anymore. There are whole families. There's husbands and wives and children. And because we are out there consistently every Sunday morning from 9 to 11 in the same location since 2020, if there's information that we can put out, we give out 300 bags every single Sunday morning filled with juices and waters and hand sanitizers and, just everyday essentials that they need. We try to make their life a little bit easier. And so if there are resources or informations, anything that we can put in those bags, we give them out. And I mean, it'll help them know what's available for them. And so anytime you can get us any information, pamphlets, any type of information, we drop them in those bags. We give them out to everyone standing in line, give them the phone numbers, give them the addresses, give them the websites. Some people are out there, they just need to know what other resources are available. And because we are consistent and we're going to be there, the promise was, Jesus, I'm going to serve your children until you come. And so, having the favor of God to be out there every single Sunday morning since 2020, I think I was talking to my 17-year-old son recently, and I think he said, Mom, it's like 189 Sundays. Consistency. And so they know we're going to be there. Anything that we could do to make their life better, we want to. Any information we can give them, we want to give them that information. If people want to come out and volunteer with us, go to our website, hoodiesforhealing.org, volunteer, come out, be a blessing to the community, help the homeless. We have, there's another organization that comes out called Crockett and Sons every last Sunday of the month. I know you know Crockett and Son. He signs and he gives free health care to everyone that qualifies, and then he gives like a gift card if they sign up and they qualify. And honey, the line be just as long as the food line. You know what I mean? So, make time to go out and be a blessing to the community. Don't just talk about it, be about it. They're going to be there. And you don't have to just come out and volunteer with Hoodies for Healing. People say, I want to come volunteer with Hoodies for Healing. Not if it's just photo ops and videos. If you be a blessing to these people. Like, they're not zoo animals. And I never say feed because they're not animals. They're humans. I always say serve God's children. And I say, God, I'm going to serve your children and be a blessing to your children the way that I pray you be a blessing to my children. Darian, Diana, Adrian, and Aiden. And I was a member of the church for about 25 years, one of the largest churches in Houston. I believe in paying tithes. Every Wednesday, Bible study, every Saturday church. I said, Jesus, if you heal my daughter, which he did, I am going to do more than just put my tithes and offerings in a bucket. I am going to put my action behind it. I'm going to put my love, my support. I'm going to give them my attention. And when we're serving food, you can go to our Instagram, Hoodies for Healing. Every time I put the food in their hand, I gently touch them because I want them to feel my spirit. And so when I gently touch, I believe in feeling the spirit of people. But yeah, they're going to be there. Like people say they want to come out and volunteer with the Hoodies for Healing. They just want to come out and take photos and post, I fed the homeless. You don't feed the homeless. You serve God's children. Let's start there. And listen, they're going to be there. So if you truly making it about them, just go down. Bring something for them to make their life easier. Bring bottled waters, bring socks, bring flip-flops. Recently I wanted to start putting something together where people donate luggage, because let me tell you why. These people got these big shopping carts filled with everything, but you're going through the airport, you see the people with these cute little roller bags. If we donate roller bags to the homeless, it makes their life easier to where they can just pick up and move. And they don't have these big old Walmart and Kroger shopping bags, you know what I mean? Shopping carts. And so being out there every Sunday for like the last 4 years, you look at ways you want to be a blessing to them. And let me tell you this, we get up about every Sunday morning about 4:30 in the morning and we start cooking for like 300 homeless men, women, and children. And like I said, we see families now. When I'm making like spaghetti dinners, we'll start out with 5 pans, but it's so much overflow, we end up with 9. That's how our blessings are. Overflow to share with others. And God gives you abundance and overflow to share with others. And so at the end of the day, we have to make time to be a blessing to these people that are, pretty much starving and sleeping in the streets while we're praying for God to give us. And, I always say this. People ask God for like these Rolls Royce blessings, give us the big mansions and the big cars and the bank account, but they want to serve his children peanut butter sandwiches and paper bags. I never understood that. Like I'm saying, like God see you. And I tell people all the time, there's not a hoodie in the world that can hide my heart. God knows when I really, let me tell you this, in 2019, God didn't allow me to plan a funeral. He didn't allow me to bury my child. Right. Priceless. Can't even put a price tag on it. No, you can't. In 2020, my 17-year-old had an accident and ran into an 18-wheeler. Oh, my gosh. And he walked away. God didn't allow me to plan a funeral in 2022. Priceless. I will keep my promise to him and serve his children with the best attitude, with a grateful, cheerful heart, until he comes, until he say different. And honey, when we get up at 4:30 in the morning and we prepare this food for hundreds of homeless Houstonians, I serve God's children the same food I serve my children. I cook for 300 people and go serve, and I leave my children a pen for Sunday morning. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, God's beyond good. Listen, let me tell you, when my daughter had to have brain surgery, and girl, I got down on my knees and I begged him, Jesus, please don't let me bury my child. I'll do whatever you need me to do. I'll let go of everything and everyone, and I'll hold on to you with both hands. After her operation, where they cut her head open and stitched it back together, she called me on the phone because they had her on like the 6th floor and I was down on the 5th. And she had a cell phone, and she said, you had one job to do, be here when I woke up. Honey, that was confirmation that she was good. She came out talking smart. That was the best confirmation that Jesus could have given me. And so I will never forget the prayer that I made and the promise that I made. Let me tell you something. To me, people forget the promise that they made after the prayer is answered. Right. You don't have no problem lying to Jesus. Okay. People don't fear him like they used to. I fear God. Amen. And I tell people all the time, I am the one with so much faith. When I touched the hem of his robe, he felt it. Right. Because I will never, ever forget, he did not allow me to bury my child. Not one child, but 2 children. Right. And getting up one day out of the week and serving hot meals to his children just to say, thank you so much. Baby, please, I'll do it till you come. With a good attitude. Yeah. So, okay.
Thank you for that beautiful testimony. But right now, I know. Yes, honey. Well, we're going to make the announcement about our July 20th, but before we do that, we have to have our DJ come and say something. I have to put him on the spot every time. Come on. Come on! You got to come and say something, and I'm waiting on Mr. Mike Conn. He said he's gonna stop by and say hello to us. I don't know where he is, but anyway, come on, let him get right here.
Okay, you go right ahead.
Hello. No, I'm good right here.
I'm
gonna poke in for like 5 seconds.
You go right ahead.
Okay. So we have to know. We want him to say hi. We want to know what he's been doing since
Okay.
last month.
Okay.
So we ain't seen him since last month. We want to know what.
Oh,
we
I
want
went,
to know
I
what
went
he
and
been
I saw
up
that
to.
solar eclipse.
Huh?
That was cool.
Oh wow, that's
Okay.
amazing.
And that's all you done?
Stuff.
What else you
I've done a lot
done?
more stuff, but something that everybody can relate to. So, anyways, always a pleasure to be here.
All right. Thank you. It's such a pleasure to have him. He's the jack of all trades. He worked the
Yes,
law
yes.
office. He worked radio station. He's the jack of all trades. He
wears
does everything.
many hats, too.
Many hats. So thank you so very much. So I just wanted to say to everyone, we're going to be ending our show, but I want to remind everyone about July 20th. July 20th is our biggest event that we have a year. And the vendor booth's $150. So start now preparing to get a vendor booth to come out. And just look at this $150 as a donation towards a student's college. Don't look at it as you're going to make any money. You're not there to make money on July 20th. You're there to support a student to go to college. So $150 I don't think is much towards a student. Then you can follow, you can say, well, I want this $150 go to this student. You can follow that student throughout their college career, because that's what we do. We follow students throughout their college career. You can say, well, I gave $150 to Safe Diversity to help a kid go to college, but I want to follow this student. Just be a mentor for one of our students. And that's July the 20th from 11 to 2:30. We'll be at the ULH Community Center. Come out and enjoy. We're going to have a blast, you guys. Please put it on your calendar. And I'd like to say to everybody, I'm letting each one of my hosts say something before we close out, okay? I'm going to start with Leona. Go ahead,
All
Leona.
right. Happy Autism Awareness Month.
Okay.
I want to say, Cynthia Allen, I want to thank our guests for coming in today, sharing all this valuable information. I learned a lot about autism. So thank you all for coming.
I echo that. Happy Autism Month, as well as to our beautiful guests that came and spoke to us about the things that they're doing in the community.
My name is Lakitha. I just want to say thank all the guests that came out, and I was educated a lot more about the autism. And thank y'all. Have a blessed day.
All right, we just like to say thank you guys to all the listeners out there listening to our beautiful story today, Education on Autism. And I'd like to say that my hosts love you. Radio Dabong love you. Safe Diversity love you. Hoodies for Healing love you. Guess what? It ain't nothing you can do about it. Have a blessed week. Bye-bye.